How you doing? Hey, you doing okay? Okay. Not quite sure what's happening here. There we go. I never can tell with these how far behind they are or what's happening, but I'm going to pretend that we are in real time. I'm your host, Geraldine St. Joseph, and today we are here to do some clearings. I just feel that the people around me and a lot of my clients have been calling me because they are very frustrated. It feels like the energy is not moving, things have gotten stagnant, or we are in complete chaos. So I'm not quite sure what it is that needs to be done. I'm laughing because my cat is right here and she was sitting on my mouse. So I wasn't quite sure what to do with that. And with that, I hope I did not mute myself. If you're here, please let me know. And I guess the chat will pop up if anyone comes into it. Alrighty. Let's see. This is always tricky because I'm doing this through Zoom, and Zoom is not the best way to do this. I can attest to that because for whatever reason, there's like a 20-second delay or so, might be 30 seconds. I'm not sure. It's a long delay though. So I have to watch myself on Zoom while I'm watching myself way behind because then the chats could come up and it's always very interesting. I'm sure at some point I will be able to see this stuff. Let's see. All right, we'll do our goal. Make it more fun, 10 super chats. Okay. Let's see. How about if you actually let me see stuff? That'd be awesome. Okay, show how you'll celebrate. Okay, if we get, what is it, 10 super chats while we're talking, the way we will celebrate is that I will give away a 15-minute reading to someone who did the super chat. So if you're doing a super chat, I'll make sure that I answer you. And after I answer you, I'm going to write down your name and then I will email you or contact you on YouTube and let you know who the winner is my next video. So how's that sound? That sounds better. So if I get my 10 super chats, out of the super chats, one person will win a 15-minute reading with me, which is $175 value. So that's what we're going to do for that. And I'm looking, okay, I have to write it down. Okay. Those who gave super chats are in a drawing for a reading. How about for a private reading? Because I think that makes a difference. And for a private reading. All right, so we're going to start that, and we're looking for that within the next 15 minutes. And we will see how that is. So I don't know why this does not have the chat next to me like it usually does. I don't know. I would like, no, okay. Well, whatever. Whatever. So let's get started. Okay. My name is Geraldine St. Joseph. I am a natural born psychic intuitive. I have been giving readings to other people my entire life, basically. And I have been a professional since 1994, which makes me old, I understand. Today, what we're doing is we're going to be doing different clearings, and I'm probably going to pull a few cords to see exactly what needs to be cleared and stuff. We're also going to be doing a little candle magic. These are my favorite types of candles. Dollar store, $1.25 usually. Sometimes they're $1.50, but I always look for the candle that has the wick in the center, because sometimes they're off to the sides. Someone told me that they put theirs in the oven and warm them up and move the wick if it's too far to one side or the other, which sounds interesting and might be dangerous. I'm not sure. What we'll be doing is blessing the candle. We'll light the candle. This is called an emergency candle, or used to be a 7-day candle where you could leave it lit for 7 days. It's a prayer candle. Sometimes grocery stores have them also. When you're doing these types of clearings and whatnot, if you don't feel comfortable leaving the candle lit, like I work from home, so I can leave mine lit because I'm here all the time. But if you can't do that and you want to snuff it out, remember, you always snuff it out. You don't blow it out. You snuff it out, and it has to be on for a minimum of 15 minutes or so. So you want it to burn as long as you can. What it's doing is what it's going to be doing for us is burning off the negativity, anything that's stopping us from attaining our goals. And you'll see when we bless it. Some of the other accoutrement that I have is a nice dark amethyst here. We have our master healer. Sometimes this is mistaken for a citrine, because a citrine is also gold. But I'm not sure how well you can see that. If you look in there, this has layers of gold in it and other parts are clear. So that's a master healer. It's different than a citrine. Very beautiful, very high vibration. And here is gold calcite. I love my golden calcite. You might want to you can use any calcite, actually. Calcite is really good. It helps to align the chakras. If it's put anywhere on the body, it doesn't matter what color it is. And calcite comes in every color of the chakras. I don't have my other calcite out right now. One day I will probably do a class on calcite because it's one of my favorite stones. They are amazing. It just comes in so many different colors. The other stone I have with me here, oh wow, it comes up really nice. So this is rainbow obsidian, and one of my favorite people in Hawaii, her name is Lily, gave this to me a few years ago. So this obsidian is really good for things like protection from the radiation and things having to do with working on the computer or using the phone and things like that. Rainbow obsidian is also good for you going inward and looking at the things that you need to bring to the surface. What is it that I need to see? What is it that is within me that I can help grow and nurture and manifest. It will help me manifest to my greatest ability. Obsidian itself is glass, basically. It is lava glass. It is made from lava. Each different volcano, interesting fact, has different types of obsidian that come through from it. So there are some volcanoes that have very specific colors. Like in Mexico, there is a volcano where the obsidian was like this gorgeous blue color. Mount St. Helens, it is Gaia stone. It is this amazing, like blue-green color. And I actually think I have some of that somewhere. Of course, I didn't bring it out, and I'm not going to go look for it. But at some point, you'll get to see it. I promise. So obsidian is really a part of the earth. It's very deep in the earth, and it's about really utilizing everything at your fingertips and giving yourself the opportunity to move forward and to expand while being protected. Obsidian is a very protective stone, and as you can see, it is a stone of depth. So it is something that allows us to really reach deep inside and look deep inside ourselves. Then we have this cool little stone, which is what's funny about this right now. This is flower agate in the shape of a moon. And this moon, we are in May of 2025. This moon is the flower moon. And we have a flower moon right here. Flower agate is really good for healing. It's very soothing. It helps us to be calmer, and it helps us to see creative ways. I'm sorry. It helps us see creative ways of doing things in order for us to change our situations. So, first thing I'm going to do is pull out my Tarot Grand Lux. I'm going to look at my Tarot Grand Lux, and we're going to do a quick little reading. I don't know if you guys want to see my cat. She's so cute. She's a black cat. Her name is Gabby. Gabby Goo. Say hi, baby. Hi. Say hi to everybody. See yourself on the screen? Yeah. Not impressed, huh? Okay. So she was leaving me alone all day. And then, of course, as soon as I start this, she's got to be front and center. Right there with the energy. Right, Gabby? Is that so? Is that so? Okay. So we're just going to do a quick little reading, see what's happening. And let's see, what is it that we most need to know right now? I'm not the best at shuffling. I've been doing this for a very long time, and I'm still not good at shuffling for whatever reason. I don't know. It's just not my thing. I guess my hands aren't big enough. I don't know. I would never be able to work in the casinos. I'm sorry, Gab. I'm sorry, baby. Are you okay? So cute. All right. So what is it we most need to know? Okay. All right. So the first card we get is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is about movement. It's about breaking through things. It's about moving on. It's about coming to a place where the work that you've done is coming into fruition, and you need to gather that energy in order to make something happen. It being swords tells us that what we're dealing with has to do with possibility. It's air. It's also logic. It's about really looking at things and considering things in a logical manner while using our intuition and moving forward with that knowledge. The second is the 9 of Cups. So 9 is a number of completion. Cups is of emotion. So the 9 of Cups is talking about like a completion of something that has emotional value to you. So it could be the ending of a relationship. It could be the ending of a period of time that was very important to you. The 9 of Cups is all about you're ending something, but you're moving on to something else. So it's not about total endings. It's not that this is something that you're not going to be able to utilize or you completely finish with this, but it's about really becoming bigger or becoming more, being done with a segment, like being done with something in particular. I mean, we look at the guy with the cups, he looks happy. He's happy. He's okay with it. And he's probably really drunk, because if he drank nine of those chalices, that's a lot. Or is he drinking with friends? So when we're looking at this, what you want to consider is, where does your eye fall? What is the first thing you see? For me, what the first thing that came out to me this particular time was how relaxed he is and the smile on his face. So this is a joyous time. This is a completion. It's something that you were looking forward to. It being May, it makes sense, because May is when, May and June is when schools get done, people are graduating, you're taking your finals. And so you're finishing that segment. You're finishing that semester. You might be graduating altogether onto something else. But it is a time of change, and it's a time of renewal when things come alive again, when it's time to really blossom and bloom. Oh, we're big with the knights tonight. So this is the Knight of Wands, and Wands is about fire. It's about inspiration. So the Knight of Wands is telling us that it's time to act on our inspirations. With these two knights, basically, Spirit is telling us now is the time. We've been in a holding pattern for a long time. And Spirit is telling us, okay, that is done. Now it's time to act. It's time to move forward. It's time to take our energy and run with it. This is where we want to go. Okay. When I am recording this, we're a couple days ahead of the full moon, and it's a full moon in Scorpio. Scorpio is also a very deep sign, which is why I think I was called to pull out my obsidian as well as my flower agate. Okay, so obsidian, you see, even the back of it it's very deep. You can see that there's a lot going on in this stone. And it's not just the way it's cut, it's the way it forms as it cools when it goes from being lava to being glass. Okay, so the next set of cards I'm going to look at real quick. So I'm going to do two things. I'm going to use, which is familiar. I'm just going to pull a couple cards there and see what Spirit says. But I keep getting drawn, my eye is being drawn to my soul coaching cards. So I think they definitely want to be read tonight. Okay. So which is familiar? I have my little familiar right here, don't I? Hi. Hi. You want to be on the camera? Need to come back a little bit, I think. You want to say hello? Say hello. Hello. Say hello to everybody. You see yourself? You see yourself on there? Can I have kisses? I love you. Okay. I need to focus. Make it so hard for me to focus, Gabby. You're so cute. Can't take it. And my Pikachu is running around here somewhere. She will probably make an appearance at some point, or just tap me on the butt with her claws, one or the other. So this is the Witch's Familiars Oracle deck. The difference between a tarot and an oracle is that a tarot is a 78 card deck or 79 card deck that follows certain rules, whereas an oracle could be any amount of cards. I've seen oracles that were over 100 cards and other oracles that were 35 cards. So it runs the gamut. My regular deck that I use for reading is called the Oracle, the Triad, and that has, I think it's 54 cards. My deck is so old. Oh, it's 57. Yeah, I've only been reading it since 1994. So that's my deck. Witches Familiars. What is it that we most need to know? Okay. So the first card is the Stag, which is premonition. So basically, I find this funny that it's the Stag, but basically what that's telling us is right now we need to watch out for things that are warning us about things to come. So when we're talking about premonition, we're talking about using your intuition, following your gut, really knowing when your intuition is warning you about something or showing you a way to go. When you're making decisions, using your intuition is the best way to make decisions because it can see further. So we have these different aspects that we use when we make decisions and when we're planning things. The first is our logic, which is in our head, and that doesn't hold any charge to it. It just is, well, this is the way I think things should work because this is the way it's worked in the past, or blah, blah, blah. Then we have our emotion. Our emotional center is here. When we feel emotion, this is where we feel it. So if you're feeling something in here, it could be that, you're getting excited about something. Be careful of that because this can actually move us towards doing things out of impulse or because we get excited about it and then we're not seeing things. So when we get too excited about things, we're not listening to our intuition. We're just red flags all over the place. We don't even look. So this is where we really need to pay attention to. So this is our solar plexus, and our solar plexus is the seat of our intuition, in my opinion. The way that works is if we are making a decision, you quiet yourself, take a second, take a breath, and feel your body. Imagine yourself saying yes to whatever this is and project yourself forward like 6 months. If I say yes in 6 months, is this going to be good for me? You're going to get a yes or no, or it doesn't really matter. A yes is when your solar plexus open up, they feel very loose. You feel almost like you're being pulled forward. And it doesn't really matter. It's not really doing anything. It's just you don't feel anything in there. No, it feels like it's pulling you back, and it feels like it's pulling you back. Like you're being pulled back from your solar plexus backwards. When you get a no from your solar plexus, you definitely want to walk away from whatever that is, because that is a huge warning from your intuition that that is not a good thing. So the stag, the reason why this is comical to me to a certain extent is because the most common story I hear of people who say that they had a premonition or, they use their intuition in something, it's when they're driving, it's dusk or it's at night, and all of a sudden they hear slow down the car or slow down. And when they do it, and then a deer jumps in front of the car or suddenly appears in the road and they can stop, they have plenty of time to stop because they had slowed down the car. So that's why I find that comical, as that being premonition. Okay, let's see. Anything else, Spirit? The ferret, observant. Along the lines of premonition, Spirit is telling you to take a step back and really look at things. Don't just take things on their face. Also, don't just start don't make jump decisions. Don't go off half-cocked, as we say, because right now things are happening very quickly, and it's going to feel like we should be making these quick decisions and we should be just jumping in with both feet. Spirit is saying, no, that is not good. You do not want to do that. That's going to get you in trouble. So what we want to do is really take our time, look at what's really going on, and then move forward. We want to make a decision that is based in our intuition, but also our logic. You're smart. Use your brain. We need to really start looking at things and looking at it thoroughly. I think part of what Spirit is telling us is that we've ventured off into this space where everything is knee-jerk reaction, knee-jerk reaction. Everything is emotional. And that doesn't help anybody. It's not serving anyone. So I would say what we need to do is we need to really start paying attention to where we're going. We need to start putting more thought and more energy into our decisions. And that is probably the most important thing right now. I know here in America, and I know all over the world, there's political unrest. There's a lot going on. I mean, it's kind of scary. When I look back at my old videos and stuff, I realize there's always a lot going on. It's just different levels of a lot. And it's just, maybe it's over here, it's over there. I feel like now it's everywhere. That being said, Spirit's asking us to slow down and really consider, what is it that we want? Where do we want to go? And to look at things, to be more open to look at things as they are. So for instance, if you have your work in a company and they're having layoffs, and you think they're having layoffs because maybe the boss is an idiot and just doesn't know how to run the company. He's just not doing the right thing in your perception. But what's actually happening is that the company is being restructured because for a long time it was not running properly. And they're trying to get over this hump and move in a different direction. So it would be stepping back and trying to see the whole picture of what's going on, as opposed to immediately jumping on, well, that boss is stupid, it's all his fault, blah, blah, blah. That's not helpful to anybody. You need to really step back and take a look. I know there are a lot of trials happening right now. We have Karen Reed, we have the whole thing with Justin Baldoni and what's her face, and all of that is really interesting because the people in each camp are so sure that they are right. whether or not they have any evidence, whether or not they watched anything, reminds me of the Johnny Depp, what's her face thing, where, you know, this woman was obviously very abusive. This woman, there's all this evidence that this woman was a perpetrator, and, you know, even made up evidence and just created this whole story and was very manipulative. And people still like will be like, oh, that poor woman. And it's like, it went through court, it was all on television, all the evidence is out there, everybody's seen this, it's anybody can go look at it. But instead of looking at it, they choose to just be like, whatever their first impression was, whatever their first idea was on it, that's what they're going to do. That is not the way. You will not be able to survive right now if you do that, because one of the things that's happening right now is that things are being shown. You can't hide stuff. So when people are lying, when people are trying to be manipulative, when people are being duplicitous, it's coming up. It's just all of a sudden it's uncovered. And I'll probably do a video specifically on the Justin Baldoni case, because I have been very deep into it. And just like Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, I'm very keyed into that because it matches my wounds. Let me put it that way. So I really get keyed into those cases, and I'm watching and I'm looking and I'm going through all the evidence and everything to see where things are going to play out. So I probably will do a video on it. I kind of want to do a reading on it to see. I have a good idea of where things are going, but just because it's fun to look. But just like that, how there was this mystery, what is it called? A mystery document where they got discovery and a subpoena, and nobody knew about the subpoena. And then they found that there was a case that was created just to get this subpoena, just so that they had an excuse for having information that they had. And it's that kind of thing that in the past might have been able to stay hidden, now cannot. There are things moving in the universe right now where everything's bubbling up to the surface. And knowing that, you better behave yourself, because you cannot hide things. You're not going to be able to hide your bad behavior. You're not going to be able to hide your bad decisions. You're not going to be able to lie. It's going to be shown, and things are going to come open. It may not be immediate, but it will happen. And it's happening faster and faster and faster. Now, the key is that those of us who are watching, that we notice and that we take heed of such things, that we try to understand, we try to see, and we look with open eyes and without judgment. And without judgment, I mean, we're not immediately saying that we know who's doing what or what's happening, that we allow for the evidence to show itself and for things to come up into the open. Okay. So I just did these cards real quick. It's a moon oracle, and it says a moon in Virgo, which is issues surrounding health and exercise may come to the fore. We need to focus on our physical well-being. Basically, what happens is things start out in the ethers, and then it trickles down. So when things become physical, usually that is the final phase when they become physical. We want to make sure that we take care of ourselves in such a way that we don't allow our illnesses to fester to the point where it hits us on a physical plane, because that is just, it's unnecessary. There's no reason for it. So we need to be aware of that. And I get crazy when I try to close these. We need to be aware of that as we move forward. Our physical health, our mental health, our emotional health, they are all tied in together. If you're physically healthy, you want to look at the other things, but it's a good foundation to be physically healthy. Helps us to be more mentally, emotionally, and spiritually healthy, and vice versa. Like, these things work together. And I think that's one of the things we often forget. So now, real quick, soul coaching. We're only going to pull one card, I think, from here, and then we're going to start our clearing. I wanted to give people a chance to get here. I know I came on kind of late. Voyage. I am safe and loved no matter where I am. I am safe and loved no matter where I am. Why is voyage important? Voyage is important because we are all on a journey. You may want to call it your spiritual journey. You might want to call it your journey through life. You may want to call it whatever you may want to call it. But we are moving through life. Life is a journey in and of itself. We may actually physically go from place to place, or we may live in the same place our whole lives and never really visit anywhere outside of our little area. And still, we are on a journey. I wanted to see if you guys had a preference for which type of healing work we're going to do tonight, and which type of clearing. I have a lot of different healings that I offer, and they all do different things. So I do things like soul retrieval, awakening your galactic Gaia system, expanding your chakra system, which is opening up to more of your chakra system other than the core, facing your fear, finding peace, golden oil cleansing, heal mind, body, and spirit, meet your future self. I like to meet your future self. Maybe we'll do that tonight. Forgiving self and others, choosing your gifts, consciously targeting what you would want to really share with the world. Spiritual code of ethics, that's a class. Life review is another really cool one, and that one just went up a week or two ago. We do balancing the masculine and the feminine, confronting assumptions, embracing your feminine, healing your masculine, because we all have both masculine and feminine energies within us, and we may present more masculine or more feminine. We might be in a feminine body and have more masculine energy, or vice versa, but there's always a mixture of both, regardless of what the physical body looks like. And it's about acknowledging both and acknowledging like who you are fully as a person, energetically and otherwise. Heart complex activation, meeting your ancestors, meeting your inner child, opening your heart star, pulling cords, another one of my favorites, because that's really good to help us release old patterns and to let go of old relationships and things that don't serve us any longer. A chakra deep cleanse, Christ blood healing, releasing of contracts, universal source energy, white light energy, connecting with spirit, meeting your angel, meeting your ascended master, meeting your guardian. So all these are different types of energetic methods of helping us to heal or to find our way. So let's see what Spirit wants us to do today. All right. So I always recommend that you have water with you. And what we always do in the beginning is we will bless our water. Water is also good if you're doing a clearing or any kind of healing work or energy work, to have water handy so that when you're done, you help flush out anything that was released. Okay. I'm going to have a little sip. That's lovely. I love it when it drips on me. I don't know why it dripped on me, but I'm all wet now. That's okay. All right. There's our water. I showed you our gemstones. And now we're going to start. All right. I know you probably can't hear this continuing to resonate, but I bless this water into the service of my soul, and I program it for my highest and greatest good. Please help to cleanse me, balance me, and protect me. Nourish me in all that is good and holy. Amen. Now we take our candle. Relax. There may be times when you cannot hear my voice, and that's okay. You want to follow the energy. Take a deep breath. Hold it and let it go. And again. And let it go. Relax. There's a ball of white light above our heads that looks like the sun. From it emanate shafts of light that enter us through the tops of our heads and fills us with its energy. Feel this energy as it courses through you, cleansing, balancing, connecting. Feel the warmth and the flow as it washes over you and through you, within you. It fills your head and your throat, down into your lungs and your arms, through your chest, your hands, into your waist, your hips, down through your thighs and your knees, into your calves and your feet, and back into the earth. See yourself as glowing from within. Feel the glow like warm oil spill all around you. And as it moves around you and through you, feel it wash away any and all negativity, any and all cords, agreements, energies, or entities. Allow them to just wash away, seeing them broken up into small particles and return to Mother Earth to be recycled. Imagine the light glowing within the candle. We bless this candle into the service of our soul, and we program it for our highest and greatest good. Please cleanse us and protect us. Open our hearts and cleanse and clear them, protect them from all anxiety and all trespass, all the uninvited. Allow us to show out those that we invited in unknowingly. Let us purge their presence and their energy from our entire energy being. And as I say it, so mote it be. Amen. It's still not going to show. Okay. The ball of white light expands and descends until it encompasses your entire form. It pushes out through you and around you, above and below, to the right and the left, behind, in front, and within. Feel the energy as it swirls around you, creating a whirlpool of positive energy, golden light. Feel it as it pushes out and out further, expanding into your room and your home, out to your vehicle or transportation, across the street, through your block, your property, your area, whatever that may be. Feel the energy as it grows stronger in and around you, brighter and brighter, until it lights up every corner, every nook and cranny. Look within as without, and see it delve into your deepest unconscious, subconscious layers, igniting and removing anything that does not support your highest and greatest good. Feel within your physical body, anywhere there's tension, and send the light there. Why are you here? What message are you trying to give me? Thank you for letting me know. You now can go. See the Christ light from the center of your being grow brighter and stronger, whiter, more brilliant as it cuts through the darkness and it removes any and all negativity. We remove replace, resist. We ask that this energy move through us and remain with us for at least the next 3 days. And at the end of this time, we ask for your guidance and your support. Hallelujah. Amen. The white light contracts and contracts once more until it is
move both of the cars
before us, and it moves back into the heavens, leaving a soft white glow on all that it touched. Amen. I hope you enjoyed. My child is obviously home now because I started late. I'm so sorry. But I will catch you next time. Thank you so much. This is Geraldine St. Joseph. Remember to like and subscribe.